worldwide leader in bare knuckle boxing. And that journey is now hitting an all-time high just across from the beaches in beautiful South Florida. This Saturday night delivers the most stacked card in BKB history on the night of Four Kings. Hi again, everybody. I'm Mike Goldberg, and I will have the honor and pleasure of calling the fights on Saturday night with my powerful partner, the Magic Man, Paulie Malignaggi. Now, the fights are available in both English and Spanish. Vice TV in the U.S. and Canada, Telemundo in Latin America and Mexico, TalkSport in the U.K., also on multiple YouTube platforms. So do tune in. It is truly a night of Four Kings. 4 title fights. Heavyweight, Gustavo Trujillo against Lucas Browne. The light heavyweight title is on the line. The champion, Barrie Jones. The challenger on short notice, Cub Hawkins. The vacant super cruiserweight belt, vacated by Marco Martignac, Yordan Fuentes, and Julian Fernandez will fight for the super cruiserweight world championship. And we get the title fight started in the BKB lightweight division. It is Kid Gotti, Jarod Grant against John Barnard. The belt at 135 on the line, and that is how we will get things started.
Since my last fight, I've been kind of changing things around, lacked a lot of strength, and so I ended up reaching out to a company called D1. Most of my time has been focusing on strength and conditioning and just getting strong, getting faster, getting more explosive so that, these next fights I can give you guys some KOs and finish them. And I'm fighting a very talented Jarod Grant, a very good boxer, meets a gritty dog. So they use that word so lightly nowadays. I am really that dog. This fight, you'll definitely see a lot more power. The background of Jarod Grant, he does not like pressure. I don't want to go distant fighting, I want to get in, get out. Well, best of luck, man, and I can't wait to put my paws in you, bro.
Welcome in the champion, Kid Gotti, Jarod Kid Gotti Grant with Baby Gotti, untamable John Barnard. It looks to me like it's 2 against 1 on Saturday night. You think you'll be okay?
I'll be fine. I'll bring my girls out.
There you go. I like it. A family affair. Let's start with you, Jarod, a champion in 2 different promotions. But take us back to day 1, the first time you took the gloves off and competed. How much have you truly evolved?
Man, from my first bare knuckle fight, I only have 2 losses in the sport.
Yep.
And I think I learned more from those 2 losses than anything, like how to not overcome certain situations. When you get that first cut in the ring and you start seeing your blood pouring down your face, and how to just overcome certain things. So I evolved more on how to deal with certain scenarios inside the ring.
And that is important because obviously you have that same bare knuckle experience, John, Trigon experience. You're coming off the title fight at 140 against Harry Gigliotti, out of your weight class, but you loved the opportunity. Now at 135, what should we expect to see from you on Saturday?
You expect fireworks, just as you've seen over my career with BKB. Pressure all day, full pedal to the metal, My last fight taught me a lot of things that I've never known about myself, and that was, I was trying to please the crowd and all that kind of stuff. I need to please myself, do what I do, enjoy the whole process, and that's what I did for this camp. So he's going to see a version of me that you guys once seen the first few fights that I've competed with BKB.
You've always said many times you want to fight, but you also have said that the fight game found you. You never thought about being a fighter, but somehow this became your profession, or one of them.
Yeah, no, I've never chose to be a fighter. Fighting did definitely choose me. I wasn't doing this for the fame, for the glory, for anything other than just to lose weight and be healthy. And I just fell in love, at first punch, should I say, And so ever since then, I've been diving in, and I'm doing it to, the enjoyment of myself. So it's been awesome.
It certainly has. Champ, how do you tame the untamable?
Man, there's so many things I could say. You know, one thing I hear John and a lot of fighters say is like, oh, I'm a dog. I'm a dog. I'm a dog. You know, I'm going to show him a different dog. You know, but come Saturday night, I'm going to be the guy with the gun that's putting the dog down. You know, that's what I'm going to do.
That was a comment I was going to make. Both you and John are known for having that never quit spirit. So I guess the man who lasts the longest and shows that one step up in that never quit attitude is the one that will walk away with the belt. I'd like to get a message to each fighter. Jarod, we'll start with you. A message to John 48 hours before your big fight.
My message to John would be, I think you're a great fighter. I think you are super tough. And I do believe you can be a champion. You're just not going to be a champion on Saturday night fighting me.
John?
You know, you made a reference that we both don't quit.
Correct.
I don't quit. That's not the same, you know. I've never quit, you know. You've lost and you've given up on your first, you know, the 2 fights that you actually had lost, you gave up. I'm not going to give up, you know, and I'm going to keep pushing forward, and you're going to see a person, you know how to lose. You fought someone just like me. The 2 fights that you lost that's my kind of fight, you know, and so I'm going to bring this Saturday for sure.
Got to get a response on that.
If he's going back 4 years ago on my losses, then he's going to be really disappointed Saturday night.
Fans will not be disappointed. Lightweight title is on the line. The champion, Jarod Grant. The challenger, John Barnard. Thank you for your time, both of you great fighters. 135. Now the full BKB world champion, Kid Gotti. Jarod Grant with Baby Gotti today. And untamable John Barnard. Second straight fight where BKB gold is on the line. And it'll be our first of the 4 title fights on our night of 4 kings. That is just a little bit over 48 hours away. What a way to get things started. Grant and Barnard for the lightweight championship. All right, let's toss to Gareth A. Davies.
Thank you, Goldie. Well, I'm here with David Tatro, the CEO and the president of BKB. David, a resoundingly successful year in 2025 for BKB and so much more to come.
Oh, yeah, it's been amazing. I mean, just take a look at what we did in Leeds just this last time out with Paulie Malignaggi coming out of retirement and just showing the world that this can be done. And he sat on accomplishment as opposed to money. So we were super, super happy with that.
Huge numbers it generated all around the world as well. But there are new moves afoot. Announcements this week, for example, with Bally's.
Yes, we just expanded our distribution. We're now exclusive with a new series on Bally's. It's going to be our Bally's Fight Night series. It kicks off January 9th in Biloxi, Mississippi at their casino, the Hard Rock. And the beauty of this partnership is that it's a full 360. So we're programmed on their platforms, Bally's Live and their stadium app, and then we're doing and staging our events inside of their casinos, and then we're adding their technology to the whole thing, which gamifies the sport. So we're inserting sensors into the wrist wraps, so we're counting punches, we're tracking velocity, and we're allowing the fans to engage in between rounds and during the fight with a power bar that will be populated at the top of the screen, both inside the arena and on television.
Amazing new evolutionary moves from BKB in the space as well. Next year, we have an amazing roster of fight events coming up as well, already announced.
Yeah, as I said, January 9th kicks us off in Biloxi. Then we're back here in Miami, January 31st. Then we head to London at the Indigo at the O2 Arena, Feb 21. And then we're hitting Foxwoods, which is one of the most beautiful casinos in all of America, on March 28th. So we're super excited. And I got to say, all the matchmaking, going into this event this weekend, Mel Valenzuela just killed it with our Night of 4 Kings for Saturday night.
It's growing and growing. As you say, this is 4 Kings. January the 31st, BKB 50. That'll be a stacked card as well back here in Miami.
Oh, yeah. And, our matchmaking, it's going to be incredible for that event. And don't forget, we're back in the UK on the 5th of December in Cardiff for a hell of a show.
Unbelievable. Well, we've got the 4 Kings, of course, on Saturday night here. Have a look at this. Fuentes versus Fernandez.
Mi oponente lo que no entiende de mí es que yo vengo de un país donde para subir hay que pelear, donde para tener todo hay que sufrir y hay que entrenar. Y si hoy estoy aquí, no ha sido suerte y que esa es mi oportunidad y no la voy a desaprovechar. Cuando la pelea se pone fea, yo solamente pienso en todo lo que ha pasado para llegar a este país, y esto es un país de oportunidad. Solamente los cubanos que han pasado la travesía de toda Latinoamérica hasta aquí a Estados Unidos entienden eso, y ese es mi motor. Julian Fernandez, yo no sé quién te puso, ni sé quién te metió, pero para llegar aquí arriba, tuviste que haber pasado por 2 o 3 personas. Yo te voy a volver a tu lugar, mi hermano. No te apures, tranquilo. Tú vas para el piso.
Amigos, nuestra siguiente pelea es por el título mundial de peso super crucero que dejó vacante Marco Martin ya cuando subió a los Cruiserweights y se convirtió campeón en esa división, abriendo una gran oportunidad para estos 2 guerreros latinos que tenemos, que nos van a dar un clásico: Cuba contra México. Yordan Fuentes y Julian Fernandez. ¿Cómo están, muchachos? ¿Ya listos?
Bien, listísimo.
Sí, se ven excelente. Pues bueno, Yordan, empiezo contigo. ¿Qué tan importante es este momento para ti? Después de todo lo que has pasado, lo que has trabajado, tus orígenes en Cuba, cazando cocodrilos, tus más de 300 peleas amateur, y llegar aquí invicto y estar listo para pelear por un título mundial.
Mi hermano, primero que todo, ha sido un trabajo de 5 años, casi 4 años con mi coach. Hemos pasado mucho trabajo, muchas guerras. A mí nadie me regaló nada. Yo sí tuve que llegar aquí fajado. Le gané a varios oponentes muy buenos que se han ganado mi respeto. Y nada, intentaré darle el 100% de mi pelea y hablaremos mañana, el sábado.
El sábado. Pues bueno, obviamente tu ascenso en el deporte, Julián, ha sido muy rápido. Tú has hecho una transición del boxeo profesional exitosa al bare knuckle. ¿Cómo piensas aprovechar esta oportunidad? Porque no se da todos los días, que tan temprano en tu carrera de bare knuckle te den una oportunidad por el título mundial.
Sí, definitivamente, gracias por la oportunidad y gracias a Dios por tenerme aquí. Nos ha costado mucho trabajo llegar hasta aquí. Tenemos un récord de 20 peleas a nivel profesional, 16 ganadas, 14 por nocaut. Y pues bueno, 2 peleas al hilo de bare knuckle ganadas en el primer round por nocaut. Yo creo que eso es lo que nos ha posicionado en este momento, en darnos la oportunidad por el título. Muchas veces no es tanto las peleas que tienes, sino cómo las has terminado, ¿no? Puedes tener pocas peleas, pero si te has visto muy bien en tus peleas, creo que BKB toma en cuenta mucho eso. Y yo creo que esa sería la razón por la cual nos está dando la oportunidad y pues no la vamos a desaprovechar.
Perfecto. Hablando específicamente del combate, técnicamente, ¿cuáles crees que sean tus ventajas y cómo vas a ganar este combate?
Yo generalmente subo a la pelea a fajarme, a dar el 100%. Voy a subir, a dar un espectáculo, 100%. Y el sábado, te repito, hablamos. Yo no soy de mucho hablar mucho, compadre. Yo soy más actual. Sí.
¿Prefieres hablar en el triángulo?
Es que ahí es donde mejor se habla, ahí es donde se habla. Hablar bonito no representa nada.
¿Y tú qué opinas? ¿Qué te hace peligroso en esta pelea y qué tienes que hacer para vencer a Yordan?
Ser inteligente en la pelea, ser agresivo, ser fuerte. Mi boxeo y mi pelea siempre es agresiva, ser fuerte hacia adelante, siempre yendo hacia adelante. Mis últimas 3 peleas las he ganado por nocaut en el primer round y pues no habrá mucha diferencia en esta pelea. Soy muy fuerte, pego muy duro, soy alto. Siento que tengo todas las armas necesarias para ganar y lo vamos a aprovechar el día sábado y lo vamos a demostrar enfrente de toda la gente.
Finalmente, ¿qué es lo que los motiva para pelear en un deporte, competir en un deporte tan fuerte, tan agresivo como el bare knuckle?
A mí, ahora mismo, caerle la boca a él.
¡Wow! ¿Y tú,
por lo que acaba, no, porque es que a la larga de la corta la gente habla. La gente habla, pero cuando sube arriba, que te resetean el disco duro, te voy a retirar descomunizado, hermano. Te voy a pasar para mal.
¿Qué
Bien
le
mal.
respondes?
3 knockouts en el
Tú
primer round.
tienes 3 knockouts. De
en el
los 2
primer
te
round.
regalaron.
Tú vas a ser el cuarto.
Te regalaron
Tú vas a ser el
2.
cuarto. No me
No,
regalaron
papito, no,
absolutamente
te
nada.
regalaron 2 knockouts,
Te voy a
papito. No
noquear.
te preocupes.
Antes
que
del tercer round lo voy a
tú
noquear.
no me vas a noquear a mí.
Antes del
Tú no me vas a
tercer
noquear a
round
mí. Yo,
Antes del tercer round
te
lo
estoy
voy a
diciendo,
noquear.
te voy a virar la cara al revés. Te voy a hacer un 8 en la cara.
Pues se está poniendo candente
Te voy a hacer
la
mucho la cara,
situación aquí.
tranquilo.
Imagínense cómo va a estar la pelea el sábado en la noche. No se la pueden perder. Va a estar sensacional. And now, a quick recap for our English audience. Wow, there's going to be fireworks in the Mighty Trigon Saturday night. These guys are really going to show up. Yordan Fuentes against Julian Fernandez for the vacant Super Cruiserweight title. You cannot miss it. Believe me, both fighters are rising stars in the division. They're undefeated and are hungry, and they're ready to take this life-changing opportunity. So you cannot miss it. Remember, this fight and the rest of the card will be available in Spanish on Telemundo Deportes' brand new fast channel, Telemundo Deportes Ahora. So it's an amazing, it's a 24/7 channel that made an amazing deal with bare knuckle fighter. Here's Gareth A. Davis.
Thank you, George. Que pelea, George. Que pelea. Well, we'll speak English now, Ash. Ash the Bash Williams, you're facing Jorge Bagallo, Wales versus Cuba on Saturday night. How are you feeling and what are you going to do to him?
I'm very excited and I plan on taking him back to Cuba.
Taking him back to Cuba?
Yeah, I'm here to win. I'm not here to mess about.
You had said to me in the fight hotel that you weren't on the main card to begin with, but you've been bumped up. You're the first televised fight of the night on the main card. It's live in the UK on TalkSport. It's live here on Telemundo and Vice. What will you be producing for your fans on Saturday night?
Well, the reason why I said about I weren't on the main card is that I feel like I'm going to entertain. I'm going to come here, me and Bagallo. It's going to be one hell of a fight. And I feel like I deserve the opportunity to be on the main card.
You also deserve the opportunity against Jean-Pierre Ramirez, if you win this, to fight for the vacant featherweight crown. What does that mean, Ash?
Yeah, 100%. Once I've knocked Bagallo out, I'll be there to take Ramirez out as well.
Tell us a little bit more about the detail of this fight and what you know about George Bagallo.
I don't know a lot about him. He's one hell of a fighter. I've seen him. But so am I, and I'm ready to show the US crowd what I'm made of.
Does it mean a lot to you that you're fighting here with Welsh bare knuckle royalty Barrie Jones as well, that you both come over together?
It's an honour to be with Barrie Jones, sharing this journey with him. He's an idol to us in Wales, and it's just an honour to be on the same card as him. Never know, travel over here and be amongst the experience that he's got, share the knowledge that he has, and I'm thriving on it.
Final message for Bagallo.
Good luck, because you're going to need it.
Good luck, because you're going to need it. Barrie Jones against Cub Hawkins. What a fight this is going to be. Fighting royalty, the pair of them.
I'm never going to fight, never not prepared. I know I can do it, and I can't let it slip like that. They probably think, with my age, and they probably think they're going to sap me full of strength, but they can be in a rude awakening, you know. Well, exactly. It's not going to be an easy night. It's going to be a tough night. This time I'm going to dig deep and prepare, myself for it. But it's not going to be an easy night for him either. Win, lose or draw, whatever. He's going to come out there and it's not going to be a good fight for either of us, really. He's a tough guy. He's durable as well, so he's hard to knock out. So it's just got to be the total package against him, really. So I've done everything in training, that I can possibly do. I've never really gone into a fight confident or not confident. I just get on with it. I always just prepare my best as I can, and I think I'm going to win. So same as any other fight. I always put the work in anyway. Did last time and I will this time. But I think I'm on another level to him, and I'm going to prove it.
Welcome back. It is our light heavyweight title fight. The Welsh Wrecking Machine, the champion at 175, against our Cruiserweight world champion, Cub Hawkins, who takes this fight on 3 weeks' notice. But, Barrie, first of all, that retirement thing didn't work out very well for you. We have learned that.
No, it didn't last long.
No, it didn't. But when you got the news that Smash was unable to compete on Saturday night, when you got that news, and this was all about avenging the only loss of your professional career, how gutted, how disappointed were you?
Yeah, I was very disappointed. I'm training the hardest I've ever trained. Obviously, disappointed, but luckily enough, he stepped in short notice, and he's just a difficult opponent. So it's going to be another great fight.
And you know what? I saw in your bio, Cub, that you said you're going to be the next GOAT. I would say you're already right up there in the running. One of those men, of course, your opponent. 3 weeks' notice, you get the phone call, come back, fight. Just about 2 months since your last fight in upstate New York. There was no hesitation at all. The answer was yes immediately, wasn't it?
Of course. I said yes before he said the name. And it being short notice, yeah, that does it suck, yeah. But, I'm dealing with a little – I'm not 100%. But I didn't think about any of that when I said yes. And Saturday night, I get to fight one of the best in the world. My GOAT, before I even started bare knuckle, I watched Barrie, and he was the man. And now I got to take him out.
GOAT against GOAT. At least I would say so. On 3 weeks' notice, you get prepared for what would be the biggest fight of your career. Would that be accurate?
Of course. Barrie is the best, like I said. But I'm also the best. Let's throw the short notice out. Yep. I'm ready for whatever, whenever, and I hope he is too. We're both here right now, and like he's lucky my arms aren't that long, or I'd snatch him up right now. But
I'd be in trouble in the middle.
Yeah. But we'll save that for Saturday, and it's gonna be a great show.
Champ, you look at it as both of you guys being bona fide finishers. You have 11 career wins, 10 finishes. Cub, 8 wins, 7 finishes. Is there any chance in the world that this could go the distance?
Not looking to go the distance, but, could happen, but I'm not looking to go the distance.
You were starting the weight cut, of course, for 168 against Smash. 75, you already own that belt. How do you feel at 75, especially coming back over here to the States?
Yeah, much more comfortable upper weight. I haven't had to cut as much weight, obviously, if I've gone back up. So a bit easier for me, not cutting as much weight. Much more comfortable.
Hey, Cub, talk to your coach, Tim Sample, trying to get all the inside information. He's pretty good at letting out the storylines, as you know. Hard to keep him quiet, of course. Sorry, Tim. He said this is all about being first and making Barrie fight your fight.
Of course. He doesn't think this will, last a whole 6 rounds. And honestly, I'm going to drag him in deep waters, and we're going to go as long as possible. I don't think this is going to end fast. My game plan, I'll tell you right now, Barrie, I'm going to drown you.
Thanks.
Your thoughts to what Cub just said and getting in that swimming pool on Saturday night? I guess you've heard it all before.
Yeah, listen, you say what you want to say. It's not going to happen.
Cub Hawkins, as dangerous an opponent as Smash?
Yeah, obviously different styles,
Sure.
but he's an excellent fighter, quality fighter, so I wouldn't have fought anybody, and, thanks for him for stepping up and, at short notice, but it could be a difficult fight, but I'm convinced I'm going to beat him quite comfortable.
Champ, obviously Cub said he grew up watching you as the GOAT, the Welsh wrecking machine. And a lot of fighters who face you say that. But even though you're not done, how gratifying is that to you as a boxer, as a competitor, to hear these younger fighters talk about your greatness and your GOAT status?
Yeah, it's nice to hear from him to say something like that, so I appreciate that, obviously, I'm across the pond as well, so you don't think they watch you as much as they do each other, but it's nice to hear, and thank you for that.
You already talked about drowning him, but any final... I'll start with you because you already used the good drowning line. Any final thoughts for your opponent, Cub Hawkins?
I'll just say thanks for stepping in, and just have a good fight.
Cub?
Barrie, I take care of old people, man. I dress them, I wipe their butt, I feed them. And it sucks that, I got to take out someone as old as you, but it's going to happen. I'm
in big trouble here then because I'm a little bit older than Barrie. But thank you in advance for taking care of me, Cub. What a matchup it is going to be for the light heavyweight world championship. And yes, at one point, Barrie Jones had the opportunity to become a 2-division world champion in BKB. And now it is Cub Hawkins who can become a 2-division world champion in BKB. So big opportunity for Cub Hawkins. GOAT against the GOAT. Both bona fide finishers. Mutual respect, but lots to say to each other. Both are on a streak. Barrie coming off an incredible finish. Cub Hawkins went down a couple weight classes. Looked great in upstate New York. That is our co-main event of the evening. Main event is for the heavyweight belt. George X is going to join us for this sit-down with both the champion and the challenger in the heavyweight division. Get to you in a moment. Fine Australian and a champion in glove boxing. Let's start with our champion. And George X, I wonder the transition from gloved to bare knuckle, how Gustavo has been so successful, not only 7-0, but 7 first-round finishes. What has made him ultra successful in bare knuckle boxing?
Pregunta Mike, ¿qué ha sido la clave, el secreto para hacer esa transición tan exitosa del boxeo tradicional al bare knuckle?
Mi equipo de trabajo. Tengo un entrenador 100%, creo que es el mejor del mundo en el boxeo. Una persona que ha trabajado conmigo, mi entrenador de condición física, Yuka, Germán Caicedo, son los entrenadores que me han llevado hasta donde estoy. Y es lo que me ayudan a hacer esa transición y hacerla que se vea fácil. Pero en verdad no es fácil, hay que trabajar.
He credits his team, his coaches. It's a team effort, and he just follows all his their directions and their advice.
And he has followed it very well. Lucas Browne, you and I met for the first time in the UK. You said, I'm going to give this a shot. I'm going to enjoy it. And who knows, one day I might fight for a title. Did you think it was going to be 2 days from our interview right now?
No, not at all. I was, had my 3-fight deal, and that was my thing, and feel it out, see where we went. But when opportunity arises, you have to take it. So I've had 4-week camp for this, and let's go.
Let's go, which was your attitude coming into your debut.
Yeah.
A lot of similarities in your experience with Glove, and he's got a few more bare-knuckle boxing bouts, I do know that. But one of his training partners, you fought gloved, and that's, Big Baby, Jarrell Miller.
True, yeah. Love Big Baby. Such a character. All the people that I have fought, I still talk to.
Yeah.
There's no animosity, there's no bullshit backwards and forwards. But I'm just excited to be in this circle once again. For me, as you know, I've had the MMA world title against Cormier.
Yep.
I've had the boxing world title. Now this is the third different discipline. So why not? Who has ever done that? You know what I mean?
We're going to find out if you're able to do so. So is that part of the game plan, is try to tie him up and grapple and use that grappling experience?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know.
You do know, but that's okay.
If it happens, it happens. Like, I'm prepared for anything, which is the best way to be. I think it'll be a good boxing match, to be honest. More of a boxing match. Yeah.
So with that, thank you. With that, George X, Lucas just said it'll be more of a boxing match. Would Gustavo agree with that? And also, can you ask him about the respect and the regard he has for the great experience that his opponent has gloved as well?
Obviamente el respeto que Lucas tiene al deporte en general del boxeo. O sea, ¿cómo tú piensas que se va a dar técnicamente esta pelea? ¿Más como si fuera un boxeo tradicional?
Creo que al final Lucas es un peleador bastante con experiencia, ¿no? Creo que va a ser una de las peleas más fuertes que he tenido. Creo que va a haber, tengo que cuidarme bastante. Es un peleador que tiene pegada, pero creo que la experiencia mía en este deporte es un poquito más amplia y creo que puedo trabajar en esa base de que él todavía no sabe moverse en ese espacio tan pequeño, y ahí es donde yo creo que voy a sacar el 100% de la victoria, ¿no? Es todo.
Gustavo respects Lucas. He's a veteran. He knows that he has to be careful because he has power, and he considers this his the toughest fight in his career. So he's going to give it all Saturday night.
So I've developed this habit of shaking my head like I understand. You notice that, Lucas? I'm shaking my head while Gustavo's speaking Spanish and acting like I understand every word.
You do.
Yeah. So I'm shaking my head. You did catch me, didn't you? Different kind of assassin, let's say, than you've ever faced before in the Cuban assassin, Lucas?
I've sort of watched, obviously, footage, and I think he's a very Klitschko-esque person, where he's nice and tall, nice and straight, comes forward. I won't have to look for him; he'll be coming forward, you know. And with the Trigon, space-wise, all I'm worried about is not getting caught in a corner. So I've plenty of space to move. I will move. I'm not going to be standing in the pocket like a dumbass. But I think there's going to be a lot of blood. Both ways, a lot of blood. So it's going to be a good fight.
It's going to be interesting to see that. And you know what? To be compared to a Klitschko and a Klitschko style, that's got to be quite an honor and a compliment to Gustavo.
Obviamente te está dando el crédito, ¿no? De los grandes campeones como Klitschko. Entonces, ¿qué le respondes?
Nada, que este sábado voy a tratar de hacer una pelea bastante inteligente. Yo sé que él tiene una buena pegada, hemos trabajado sobre el estilo de él y creo que vamos a buscarle esos puntos que él tiene menos nivel y vamos a tratar de llevar la victoria y vamos a sacarla de una manera quizás que él no la entiende, pero creo que la voy a hacer muy fácil. Voy a tratar de hacerlo, ¿no?
He's going to give his best. Obviously, he's going to try to fight a very smart, intelligent fight. And that's why he's going to try to surprise him with something that he doesn't expect.
Lucas caught me again, acting like I understand every word that you say, Cuban assassin. But obviously you won a WBA regular heavyweight world championship during your days with the gloves. Any final message to your opponent? You guys are the main event of the evening.
The thing is, I personally have fought many rounds in terms of 12-round fights, etc. He's never been past the first round in the bare knuckle. So then what happens in 2, 3, 4, 5? You know, we don't know, is what I'm saying. So it'd be interesting to see, basically.
You would be the first, and then if you can pull off the victory, you would be the champion.
Yeah.
Final thoughts from our champion, the Cuban assassin. Final thoughts to Lucas.
Tus últimos comentarios en día de esta pelea.
Yo sé que él entiende que a lo mejor él cree que no puedo pelear 3, 4, 5 rounds. Yo hago boxeo profesional. Tengo 9 peleas en boxeo profesional. Soy campeón latino en el boxeo profesional. He peleado 6, 10 rounds. ¿Entiendes? Que yo haya terminado las peleas de Browne con el primer round no quiere decir que yo no pueda pelear 3, 4, 5 rounds. El sábado te voy a demostrar que se puede. Yo puedo pelear 5, 10, 15, 20 rounds. No tengo problema. Estoy preparado para ti y vamos a dar un buen show.
He says that he's ready for him, that he's mistaken, thinking that he's not going to last like more than 1 round. He comes from professional boxing and with many rounds, so he has no problem going the distance.
Mm-hmm. I only shook my head when he said cinco, because I did understand that. I did understand that. Thank you.
50%.
Yeah, 50%. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Main event of the evening for the Heavyweight World Championship, Gustavo, Lucas, thank you very much for your time. It is going to be an all-out war inside the mighty Trigon. The champion 7-0 with 7 first-round finishes. Lucas Browne, so much experience with the gloves on, 38 professional gloved bouts, won a regular WBA Heavyweight World Championship. Gustavo Trujillo, Lucas Browne in our main event of the evening on a night of 4 kings. And 4 kings will reign. Will it be the challengers? Will it be the champions? And in the case of the Super Cruiserweight division, which man will take the belt previously owned by Triple M? Marvelous Marco Martignac, the emperor of bare knuckle and the owner of more nicknames than anyone in bare knuckle boxing today. Gustavo Trujillo, Lucas Browne. All right, the only way to finish this perfectly is to go the one, the only, the voice of BKB, Big Mo.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, before we continue with the rest of our fight week tomorrow with the weigh-ins and then obviously fight night, the night of 4 kings on Saturday, we're going to bring up the final 4 bouts to square off today. Introducing first to the stage. It's for the lightweight championship. Please welcome first, John Barnard. And now, his opponent, the defending champion, returning to his home of South Florida. He's known as Kid Gotti. Ladies and gentlemen, Jarod Grant. John Barnard, Kid Gotti, Jarod Grant vying for the BKB Lightweight Championship of the World this Saturday night from Pembroke Pines, live on Vice, Telemundo, and Talk Sport. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our next title bout on the card is for the vacant Super Cruiserweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, coming to the stage, please welcome Julian Fernandez. And now his opponent, vying for the title himself, a veteran of BKB and a veteran of the mighty Trigon. He is Yordan Fuentes.
Sí, 25 kilos más pesado que tú, claro.
No importa, papito. Yo no voy a hacer nada. Si yo le rompí la área Pereira hace como un mes, papi. Así tú no eres diferente. No, papito, no queda. Pero bueno, si tú quieres, puedes intentarlo. Si tú quieres, puedes intentarlo, papi. Inténtalo.
There will be plenty of face-offs, ladies and gentlemen. We still have the weigh-ins tomorrow. We're going to have a great fight for the vacant Super Cruiserweight Championship, ladies and gentlemen. Julian Fernandez, Yordan Fuentes. And now, our co-main event for the Light Heavyweight Championship of the World, and it features 2 of the most dominant bare-knuckle fighters in the world. Introducing first, he's the challenger for this belt, but he already has one of his own. He is the Cruiserweight champion. He is the Savage. Ladies and gentlemen, Cub Hawkins.
Let's go, Cub. You ready?
And now his opponent. For a long time in the history of the sport, one of the most dominant fighters in history. He's traveling back across the pond, hailing from Wales. He is the Welsh wrecking machine. He is, by many people's opinion, the GOAT, ladies and gentlemen, Barrie Jones. A fight that would main event every card on the night of 4 kings, providing you value, the viewer. This is your co-main event. Ladies and gentlemen, the Savage, Cub Hawkins, the Welsh Wrecking Machine, Barrie Jones. It's all live on Vice, Telemundo, and Talk Sport. And now, finally, ladies and gentlemen, your main event of the Night of Four Kings. The biggest night in the history of BKB bare knuckle boxing as it returns to its home right here in South Florida. The Charles F. Dodge Center is the place. Let's meet the two fighters. Introducing first, the challenger. Hailing from Australia, he's known as Big Daddy. He's known around the world as the former glove boxing world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Lucas Browne. And now, his opponent. He deserves no introduction, but I will give him one anyway. One of the most feared fighters in the world, regardless of discipline. Undefeated as a bare knuckle fighter. Power in both hands. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the reigning, the defending BKB heavyweight champion of the world, Gustavo Trujillo. This is your main event, ladies and gentlemen, for the heavyweight title. These two were on a collision course from Australia to Cuba, and they meet in South Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, Lucas Big Daddy Browne versus the defending heavyweight champion, Gustavo Trujillo, this Saturday night.